Welcome, everybody, to the Journeymen Lounge podcast.
You better be praying to God because, you're 14 and losses in a row. You're going to need Jesus.
Am I wrong?
I thought you were pretty wrong, yeah.
Welcome back, Journeymen Lounge podcast listeners. We appreciate you. We're here together in a new space. We're actually in Casa de Lawnhart, my mom's house. We're in the basement. A lot of fun Coca-Cola memories here. These guys, he was a roommate for all of like a week and a half or 2 weeks at some point. Real exciting. Right now, we have some renovations happening at the Wojo Dojo 2.0 Electric Boogaloo. No, where are we going to go?
I mean,
that's great.
It has yet to
Wojo
be...
Dojo 2 Electric Boogaloo.
It has yet to be named.
All right, we'll figure it out.
Wojo Jojo.
The sponsorship is just heating up for naming rights. But
We're sponsored by Coca-Cola here today.
No,
we are
the
definitely sponsored by
The
Coca-Cola.
previous apartment was the Woj Dojo. There's no Wojo Dojo.
I like Wojo Dojo. I think we're going to co-opt it.
No, we're not, because that apartment's gone.
2 out of 3, right? I think we have the vote.
Wojo.
Yeah. We're in a new space
Definitely not.
here. We got a lot on the docket today. We're going to be covering Chicago check-in. We have the draft going on tonight for the NFL. We have a few other topics we're going to knock out, and then we got Kanye and we got Saving Silverman. This is going to be a great run-through.
Yeah. The draft is on the clock. It's begun technically right now, so we'll give you a little bit of a check-in every now and then. But, I mean, I'll just say it. They're going to pick Mendoza, the Vegas Raiders, with the first pick. There's no shot. They need a quarterback.
But how is Kirk Cousins still getting paid? Like, you guys mentioned this probably pre-production, but I can't believe he's still relevant. I thought he was going to retire, ride off into the sunset. He doesn't need the money. I don't think so.
Bobby, I think you're just overlooking the thing
true.
of just like a guy is literally going, hey, man, so you can either sit out or you can come play football.
Yeah, but
maybe
4 years or something?
Maybe as the backup, and we're going to give you
shit ton of money.
$170 million.
He's getting paid over $100 million to have a front row seat and watch football, and he may get to play.
You're right.
Like,
And you might get to do nothing.
and he gets
for
to hang out with the boys in the
120
locker room, and he gets the whole experience. And
You're right. Maybe I overlooked
you never, most athletes will tell you never get that back once you're done. You can't really replicate it. So why not enjoy it if you can?
I mean,
God bless him if someone wants to pay him.
I just think it's his agent does work.
Oh, my God.
And it's just basically selling, hey, this is a solid backup. Now, he's not a backup worth $170 million. That's for damn sure. But, I get where his agent is coming from. Is that like, hey, solid guy, you should, use this guy in your team, and teams seem to kind of think that way. So,
I mean, it's good, too. If they, like you said, they'll probably draft Mendoza. Now, we assume Mendoza.
You'll see it on there right there. The 2011 draft Cam, 2015.
Mendoza will
Winston.
probably start. But then again, at least you don't have to if you have Kirk Cousins. You take a little pressure off him if for some reason you want to, groom him more or whatever, whatnot. So that's a good option, at least. Better than Aiden O'Connell, or whoever else they have on staff right now.
So, like I said, we'll do some drop-ins, when the pick comes in, we'll just kind of set it. But we got to be really good at just saying the pick, coming back to whatever we're talking about. Because I want to just run through Chicago check-in to these Chicago check-ins are going to be very, very quick in the next couple episodes, just because there's not a tremendous amount of stuff happening. Hawks, as we said, season wrapped. We're in the off season now. Playoff hockey, I would just say, is very entertaining, though. All the games are super close, and
we have the Senators and Carolina playing.
They're also letting them fucking fight, so I love that shit as well. So,
hockey, like the Hawks.
Very, very Canadian.
It's not like the Blackhawk hockey. Like
hockey. Yeah, or Boston, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't mean.
I caught it. I caught it a little bit.
My eyebrow was like, a
little bit.
I'm just saying.
Figure, I mean, they're already shaking hands. Mendoza's got to be going to them.
I'm just saying. Hawks are, in the offseason, we'll see what the fuck happens there. And you go into baseball. I mean, Cubs are actually resurging now, and they're becoming a formidable opponent.
Sox are playing well.
Sox,
that Murakami guy you guys mentioned.
They're like third in the
before.
league in home runs or something, or the team.
Yeah, the one. What's the name?
Yeah, the
Takayama or something.
Sorry,
like that.
he always fit the Asian man who we acquired is fantastic.
The Asian man.
I can't remember if he's Japanese or Korean. I feel like he's Japanese. But like Chinese or Japanese?
I think he's tied actually for like the home runs up to this point, and like how quickly he.
He's homered in 5 straight games. I saw that today.
So the guy could turn on the ball, which I love to see a power hitter like that. That's awesome.
Yeah, and I think Serge had showed me they won like 5 or 4 of the last 6 or something.
We're doing decent.
Yeah.
Which, anything compared to last year.
I don't know if it'll last, but it's nice to see.
We always start out hot, but we got some momentum. Let's ride it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
We got to maybe catch a game. Maybe we should put that on the docket for the Journeymen. Go to a Sox game.
I think it's definitely possible to get out there.
Pay like $20 and we'll get like, box seats.
Yeah.
But, I would just say the same thing kind of for the baseball is that it's so early in the season. I just want to mention that the Cubs
are doing well, too.
Had kind of really turned it on. I mean, they're just smacking the ball and
a lot of runs, which I love to see.
Pitchers are keeping them, in the game, and it's so early for the season, so I'm just gonna put a pin in it, and we'll pick it back up like halfway through, or every week we'll just kind of say, oh yeah, and then this happened, and then this happened.
We'll get Josh on. He'll give us a breakdown of it.
Let's go. Yes, we definitely want Josh on here. Let's talk about the Bulls.
What about them?
What do you mean? What about them?
We just talking about
huge
news.
News,
sorry,
man.
You're right. Go ahead. Sorry.
Billy Donovan resigns as head coach.
Yeah, we're all stoked.
Which I would give, and I know Billy Donovan watches this, and he's very,
of course he does.
Definitely looking for my opinion, but I gotta give him some major props, man. And what I read, he basically had said in his ownership talks with Reinsdorf and whoever else they have right now, he basically had said, like, I'm not going to, like, whoever you're going to bring in is going to want to bring in their guys and go in their direction. And right now, I'm not the guy to do that. So he steps down, and I think it's a tremendous move right now because I think that needed to happen. I think Billy Donovan is kind of like destined for college basketball. I think he's going back there. I think he's going to probably win another championship. And that's kind of like a Nick Saban, I think. I know. Now, granted, Billy Donovan's had like a decade in the NFL, but like kind of a guy that to me, NBA. I think. I'm sorry, NBA. Sorry.
Here's a guy.
And I would just say though that like I think some coaches are just kind of made in the mold of NCAA head coach. I think that's where Billy Donovan kind of really thrives. Mm-hmm. So in terms of that, again, wish him the best, but I'm very ecstatic, very happy that we can now see starting from the bottom. We don't need – there's a lot of names floating out there now for the head coach, which I like all of them. They're like high-up assistants that I think should be head coaches somewhere. So I'm glad to see where the Bulls are going. Ryan, what do you got there?
Well, yeah, I mean, I've heard, like, obviously for GM, Bob Myers, maybe, and then I don't know, like, this next name I'm going to say if he'd be coach or GM or president or both, because he's had roles in both. I've heard, I don't know if technically he's still employed by this team anyway, but I've heard Steve Kerr's name being floated around as a possibility.
Well, Steve Kerr doesn't know what his future is, but they're most people are signaling that he will
I'd be pretty excited if we got him.
He will be leaving, though.
Yeah.
Again, former Bull.
He was, former Bull. Obviously, he's got ties to the organization. He's got experience in Phoenix when he was the president, I believe, or GM.
And he won
both. And
won some
Golden
rings.
State, obviously, he's a great coach. Granted, he had great players, but still, Mark Jackson
still got to coach
didn't
him,
necessarily get it done with them. He did. So, I mean, I would love Steve Kerr to come in any capacity that we could get him.
I'm 100% on board with that.
Normally, I don't like when a person wears all hats, like, so to speak, like when Doc Rivers was like the coach and the president. So I don't know if Steve Kerr would do that, but I mean, if he did, at least he's got experience in both fields, so he could probably. But I would say it'd be better if we had 2 different guys, more more minds to like
keep it separated.
Like,
I get it.
You just like keep people in check.
Keep it separated.
We're gonna eventually review that.
But hopefully they don't fuck it up. But knowing the Bulls, they probably will. We'll hire like Tim Floyd or something.
You know, man, it's again. There's at least a hope now that you know they're not going to be good. I mean, like to go in next year to think like Bulls are going to be competitive. It's like probably not. You got to have a couple more things kind of fall. Roster wise, you got to see what direction they're going to go in. But I mean, in general, it's like I've been saying it about Billy. I mean, I watched so many Bulls games over the last 6 years that I just think that there's a weird philosophical difference that like Billy Donovan had near the end of games that was like not playing the hot hand. Like it was a very anti like this guy's going for 28, but this guy is the next in the rotation, so we got to get him back in there. It's like sometimes, man, I feel like you got to shoot from the hip and just go, I got a feeling about this, or play this,
I like that concept.
or frankly, never play Patrick Williams. Like I would have been.
How about don't re-sign him?
But I'm saying like if I was Billy Donovan,
I'm in your camp.
I mean, you got to look at him and go like, this guy has no talent, and he should have gone to like Reinsdorf and been like, I can't play this guy. You got to trade him. Like. Try and do something. I mean, you weren't going to find any suitors for a trade, but
I mean, could have maybe. Who knows?
Like even giving up something to get like a second round
pick. You give him up with a thing of value, like when we had Kobe White or Vooch or Io or whatever. Like, hey, yeah, you can have Kobe White, but you got to take on Patrick Williams' contract,
right?
And in return, we won't take a lot back, but he'll be off the books,
right?
But they didn't do that. Instead we got second round picks, which are really great
in the NBA. Yeah,
so the Jets are on deck for number 2.
Yeah, I'm just saying though that just wrapping up with the Bulls here though is like again now Bulls also are entering the offseason. See what they are gonna do here. Most of the time, like with many sports, the off season kind of like there's lulls in it where like you're not gonna hear a whole lot from the Bulls doing while the playoffs are happening, and then even after that, like there's gonna be a draft, which Bulls have a decently high chance. They have 2 first-round picks via Portland.
Blazers.
Portland. So
yeah, we need to get a top like 4 pick.
I think you need to get somebody to pair with Josh Giddey. That Josh Giddey, so you can go Giddey. You don't need to score. Okay, you just need to worry about passing and rebounding and playing defense.
Yeah. We could use 2 big guys. That'd be great.
But I don't have anything else on the Bulls. It's just kind of like I said, we're entering lack of communication for like the next like couple months, then the draft, and then again another couple months of like really nothing. If there's a big trades and stuff like that, we'll obviously report that. But
it's the playoffs right now. So
can I fire off the hip on this one out of the gate? Who do you think is going to take it all for the NBA championship run?
I mean, if the refs called a game like the game last night with
the Pistons Magic, you're talking about? Or?
No, the Thunder.
Oh, I didn't see it. Sorry.
Thunder played Phoenix, and it was horrendous. I mean, you can say SGA is a foul merchant and he gets the line all the time. A lot of these calls were like,
I thought Phoenix is playing at Lakers.
No, Phoenix is playing.
Oh, Rockets playing Lakers.
Yeah. But it was such a terrible disparity of like just bad calls one way, no calls the other way. Devin Booker got teed up for after he got fouled and like he didn't do anything. It just.
I didn't agree with that. I watched it
yeah, I mean, he got bumped and he's like trying to save the ball in bounds. It hits the other guy in like the chest, but it's not malicious. It's not like,
he didn't
hey, I'm whipping this ball at your face. It just ended up happening, and then you get.
It's soft, dude. NBA, fucking figure yourself out.
Well, that's the biggest problem is that like a lot of guys have been saying like, this is the playoffs. Like, I don't like Dylan Brooks, but I do enjoy his take on that is like, this is the playoffs. It's supposed to be physical. It's not supposed to be fucking tick-tack fouls. And now, I'm fouled out because I get 6 or 3 called in quick succession because I barely touched a guy. And, honestly, the flopping is rampant. You got all these guys just throwing the ball up. Oh, I fucking fell to the ground.
They're like soccer players.
Reminds me a lot of the DeMar DeRozan era in the fucking Bulls. Like, he just, every time he was on his ass, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
Who's the big dude from Philly who was constantly on his ass?
Joel Embiid.
Yep.
He's terrible.
Pussy.
He got an appendectomy like a week before the playoffs. He might go down as one of the best, worst basketball players of all time. Guy who can't keep himself on the goddamn court.
I mean, I'm just saying basketball player.
Worst best, sorry.
Yeah.
I'll just say OKC with their talent. I think they're running away with this.
I mean, dude, like you have a team that can literally score 140 points.
And their bench is solid.
Yeah, I mean, they did lose Jalen Williams for a week, but like you're in the first round and you're up 2-0. So if you sweep, you get an extra like week of rest. So OKC is just.
I guess who do you see? I have OKC.
I think if Wemby's not too fucked up,
hitting
his face on the ground. I like the Spurs' chances. I mean, at least to face them in the conference finals. I don't know if they're ready yet, but that dude is just a freak. Like, no one can stop him. He's basically like 7'5", dribbles like a point guard, shoots like a guard, and can get to the rim like a center, an athletic one.
I mean, I think the biggest
it's like KD on steroids, but actually play defense.
The biggest positive is his defense.
Incredible.
He won Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah,
unanimously.
Oh, he did. Okay,
he can. I've said, like, if he doesn't get hurt in his career, he could go down as the greatest player of all time, probably. Like,
I mean, I
just
think
like his physical attributes are so ridiculous.
I think he's setting it up, dude. If he can score 40 points and have 12 rebounds a game, you're going to set the scoring.
How can you stop him? Unless it's like you said, the only thing you should takes big guys down is injuries, like foot or leg or knee or whatever. But he seems like he's pretty light, which either can be good or bad. I'm not sure. Like it's less pressure on his legs, but then again, he's more frail. But I don't know. I think he's pretty damn athletic. So
okay, I like it. Woj, what was your thought?
No. Other thoughts on the playoffs?
No, but you didn't tell us. Who do you think is going to run with it?
OKC.
Okay, so we have two. Okay, fair. All right, done.
Real quick, second round pick went David Bailey.
Yep. And then we have Arizona
Texas
on
Tech.
the clock.
Edge rusher.
Texas Tech.
Yep.
I don't know anybody. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not commenting too much on it. I just it's a thing of I'm curious to keep bringing guys up because the Bears really need an edge rusher. Now, this is obviously one of the top guys in the draft. They weren't going to get him anyway.
Yeah.
But I do want to see if the Bears can maybe do something. I'm always a fucking big fan of a draft day trade in Bears, maybe making a splash
for
or
a long time.
Something like that. That'd be cool. But in terms of, I mean,
depends on the trade. It's like when you move up a pick to get Mitch Trubisky. That's not a good. That
was horrendous.
His brother would think otherwise. But,
yeah. Shout out Jeremy. No, but dude, I'm good on kind of everything else Chicago check-in, so we can get
into the album. Yeah.
Well, I would just say, like, in terms of the NFL, Bobby, you said that the Packers don't have a first-round pick.
We don't. We are overall 52nd pick. We got rid of that first round to pick up Parsons, yeah, who's now injured and recovering. Hopefully we could get him ready by.
Yeah, that's real tough, man. You make this big splashy trade and you get the fucking could be a 3 or 4 time defensive player of the year down the line, and he gets fucking injured in like the third week or something like that you got him.
Yeah,
definitely tough.
Yeah,
and then but I mean that's kind of like this is the extension of that is like you gave up that pick. Now, like you're hoping that you're hoping that Micah Parsons comes back and is just as good, but
just as effective.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but like there is a legitimate shot that he comes back and he's not as dominant as he.
No, that's fair. But I'll say this: I think him on the field, even at a 85% capacity, is better than some other guys at even 110% capacity.
Sure, I can.
So, like I said, I think he's a disruptor, and I mentioned this to you guys. I think it's some other podcast. A lot of his stats might not show up on a stat sheet, but you start to think if Micah Parsons on the right side or strong, different sides. Now you actually have to pay attention. Now they're going away from him, or they move plays around certain players, and he's one of those players that they're like, all right, we got to be cognizant of this dude, and kind of change things up. So it creates a mismatch.
No, I definitely understand it. That is an interesting
Jeremiah Love
from Notre Dame. going to Arizona. I like that.
Or was it? I don't know.
Yeah, it's running back, dude. The running back, y'all. Yeah, dude.
That's risky thing.
That's a real risky pick, but hey, I'm digging that.
I'm not feeling Arizona. What are they going to do this upcoming season? I don't know. We'll see. I don't.
Dude, Jacoby Brissett, watch your goddamn mouth.
Oh my God, yeah, right. Sorry,
No,
our
funny.
journeyman. He's actually.
I do got to mention though, Jacoby Brissett is not reporting to camp right now because he wants a bigger contract.
Oh yeah, they're gonna make him the starter. I would too.
Yeah, no, it's funny. I just but
plus he balled out last year. He's never gonna play that good ever again in his life.
Dude.
Thank you. Exactly.
Honestly,
Especially
dude,
with Arizona's
he was making
offensive
me
line.
some good money last year.
he was
Jacoby
playing-
Brissett for like 280 passing yards was a lock last year.
What was it for fantasy or for gambling? Gambling. All right.
No, but I'm just saying I enjoy rookie position players, especially just like drafting for fantasy. Like, oh, maybe you get Jeremiah Love in like the 10th round or something like that. And I don't know if we'll fall that far, but like, it's starting to get the fantasy juices going of like, okay, maybe I can pick him up, maybe I can get him.
Hey, were you Sacco at any of your leagues? Because
No.
I definitely was, and I went to playoffs in 3 out of 4. Okay, were you? Yeah, okay. All right.
2-time champion, 1-time Sacco. You do the math.
1-time champion.
You do the
Sacco.
math.
I'm not giving your family the one. Sorry, that's an asterisk as hell. You're playing against a 5-year-old.
It is called a championship.
Okay. I love your family though.
There you go.
All right.
It is a championship.
You don't have to worry. Man.
No, Bears got the 25th pick, I think.
I'm curious.
and
Are they going to go defensive with it?
They have to.
They have to.
Their
yeah.
offense is already set.
You get an edge rusher, a defensive tackle, probably, or maybe I think one of those.
I mean, and especially with
nice to get yourself a
Tremaine
DN.
Edmonds leaving 25th. With
Maybe a linebacker.
With Tremaine Edmonds leaving, I gotta see it coming at some semblance of a tackling, what's the word I'm looking for? Like pro tackling.
Tackling fuel.
Yeah, tackling fuel. Just like tackling oriented, right? That's what I'm saying. Is like whether you get a linebacker or an edge rusher or a defensive tackle or whoever's available, I just want to see somebody who can actually make those tackles because I don't know, man. Like 4 years ago, the Bears were one of the worst tackling teams, and this is kind of where I see like sometimes Bears don't address defense for a couple of years, and then it starts to really lack, and then you're like, what the fuck are we gonna do?
We gotta address it now while Caleb's under his rookie contract.
Right.
They're gonna have to pay him up the ass in like
Well,
a couple of years
dude,
or whatever.
Caleb would have to have a tremendously awful next 2 years for the Bears to not pay him.
I'm saying, but he's gonna command right now we have cap flexibility. So
No, I get what you're saying.
What I'm
we
saying
have to,
that is
we have to pounce now while you can, because once you have to pay him, a lot of teams fall apart. Like the
right.
Ravens, they played Joe Flacco, and then their team kind of fell apart.
Sure.
Seahawks to play Russell Wilson.
Well, that was a
Same
dumpster.
kind of
And then
thing,
they won a championship, though.
But
all I was getting at is that like the Bears are going to extend Caleb Williams.
oh, he should. Yeah, I hope
But
so.
I think the next couple of years will be what his contract will command. If he fucking
No,
lights it
you're
up,
right.
I agree with you. Max contract coming his way. If he middles, he starts turning the ball over or whatever, I feel like they can get him on a better deal.
I hope he doesn't middle. That means he sucks.
No, that's obviously I don't want that, but I'm just saying is that
I
play
kinda,
dictates the money.
Yeah.
It's like you're not going to give him a super max contract if he's like
But either way,
30th quarterback overall.
Either way, he's gonna get way more money than he has now,
Sure.
and the budget will be, the pie chart will be bigger for him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I agree with you though. In general, the Bears
like-
can't just start.
Like we just talked about Kirk Cousins, he's making that much money. If Kirk Cousins is making that much money,
Right.
Caleb
Unreal.
Williams is going to make 10, whatever times, 5 times that. I don't know,
I don't know
however.
about that.
Or maybe not, but whatever. He's going to make a lot.
I like that you point this out, though. It's not sexy, but having a linebacker, especially like for a defensive prone team that just makes tackles, like open field tackles, or just blocks up the hole, making tackles. I know it's not sexy, but the guy who can make tackles and not give up additional yards after contact, I'll take that all day. The guy who's like, okay, I made a catch or I made a run, it's like boom, done.
Look, dude,
Like,
I'm
doesn't show up on the stat sheet. But man, I
I'm
love
doing
that.
this simple math. Tremaine Edmonds had 100+ tackles for us last year.
Yeah, phenomenal.
Who the fuck is going to have those 100+
You're right.
tackles? Because
They're not.
you need somebody to fill the void.
It's not like Billy Bean and Moneyball. We need 3 guys to fill in this batting hitting percentage and this amount of RBIs.
No.
Who's it going to be?
Yeah, you guys, that's going to be tough.
Do you want me to talk? When I appointed you, you say it.
You speak. Good move.
But yeah, all I'm saying is I think defense is the move. Let's see what happens. It's only a 4th pick. Titans got a pick right now, but I mean, what a dumpster fire the Titans were last year.
The Titans got to give Cam Ward some weapons, you think, maybe, or what?
I don't know who's available.
sold on
Yeah,
Cam
I don't know.
Ward?
I don't really know. Am I? I don't know. I mean, he seems okay.
I think it was his rookie year with nobody around him.
Okay,
I think
so
he
you
did
guys are still
fine.
at least open to the idea that he's going to maybe sprout.
Yeah, you got to give him at least a couple
I
more
think
seasons.
you give a couple of years to
So
see
what do you
he
get,
can
like
do.
an offensive lineman, or you guys to help build?
Offensive
I
lineman
think
would be
he
good.
probably needs a wide receiver. He's like no.
You're right.
Well, yeah, they
Ridley
had
did nothing
Calvin
for me.
Ridley. It was terrible.
Trust me, I know that sucked. I had him on my team.
Maybe
I believed way
a running
too
game.
long.
I don't know, but Tony Pollard's okay. I don't know.
Pollard's
Carnell Tate is a wide receiver.
All right, well there you go. They go with the
Call me
wide
Mel
receiver.
Kiper.
Oh.
Todd.
They have
You gotta
Booger McFarland on
slip
this
your
one right now, which I'm not sure if I trust your judgment.
Carnell Tate coming under the radar, high upside, low reward.
I mean, I know that he was a decent receiver. I don't know where he went, but like I've heard his name at least in the NCAA.
Some notoriety there, yeah.
Right. I'm just saying, it's like NCAA is not the NFL, so I'm hoping he works out.
You gotta get 2 feet in the NFL.
Right. There you go. Tell that guy. But yeah, let's we're gonna
He doesn't
dip.
look that tall unless he's around like shorter dudes.
We're gonna. I don't know how tall he is, but
He's a speedster.
let's
All right.
put a pin in
put a pin in it.
football,
All right.
but we'll kind of keep coming back of like who
Sure.
gets drafted. I'm sure there'll be some decent
Giants
news
suck,
here.
so I don't care who they draft.
Well, they're really going to be one of the best teams in the next couple of years. But
I'll bet.
how much you want to bet? I'll give you this. I'll give you Giants total win total next 2 years is going to be 20. I'll go 21. 21 and a half.
21 and a half, deal.
$10.
Well, you know what? We'll make it a ticket to either a Cubs or Sox game.
No, that was a way big jump from $10, dude.
Fine.
What
well,
the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh. Dude, it's like 2 years. You don't got like 50 to. Oh, actually, a Cubs ticket is expensive. So
That's why I'm saying
All
you
right,
just
hey,
made a huge jump.
fine.
If you,
green fees
I'll do green fees. Giants
at a moderate place, and we're not going to Medina green fees or something.
No,
like that. Okay.
I will agree to do that, but just
right.
know that you jump from $10 to a
like
Cubs
80,
game.
I know. Which is
Sox game, even though it's cheaper, it still would be like
$50.
$20.
If Bobby loses, he has to take you to Hilldale because he hates it.
I fucking hate him.
And then you have to take Woj, of course he hates. If
know if
Woj
he
wins, if Woj loses,
No, time on. If I win, I take Woj out golfing in April. And when it's cold and like 50
fuck
degrees.
that.
Yeah, that's a good
No.
one. I dig that. That's a
Woj
win.
has to go bowling again.
Vetoed.
All right, we'll figure it out. Don't worry.
Vetoed both. Where's Bobby's bets at?
How many do I have with him? I got a bunch of riders.
I got the Tucker Kraft will not play week 1.
I bet that.
I have Tucker Kraft will not play. And then Cincy 9+ wins.
Okay,
10,
I didn't remember
20.
the Tucker Kraft one, but okay.
Well, that's right after he tore his ACL.
Yeah, he probably won't play.
So we got
He's from the Ohio State University. This guy's probably pretty good then. Kind of like wide receiver you.
Giants win total
21 and a half in 2 years.
over the
Over the next 2 years, yeah.
for green fees.
That ain't happening.
Gambling. All right, so let's get into the album review.
Yeah, let's go. We got a big album here.
Do
too.
it, laws.
So this was Ryan's pick.
Yeah, you know what?
Jesus.
You guys know, and if anybody watches, that I'm not Kanye these days, but
Early
growing
Kanye.
up, and even still now, he's like my favorite, like a guy I've listened to the most. First, like say 4 or 5 albums at least.
Let me just interject here real quick. Is that just because we do album reviews, we do movie reviews. These things are cemented in a time where the person, the artist, doing whatever, like this is what they're producing at that time. Now, we are reviewing the content of it,
Yeah.
We are not reviewing the person.
No, I just want to say, like, these days I don't really listen to his stuff as much anymore, but, like, when I say I'm a huge Kanye fan, I don't imply, like, I still listen to everything he does now. It's more like I'm a huge Kanye fan of his old stuff, that I listen to that a lot.
That's fine.
And still do.
I just want to make it, like, a very straightforward point that, like, again, there are these people who have done heinous things.
Yeah.
But they produce music or they created music back in the day.
We're not here to talk about his political things.
And I just want to like say, just out of the gate is
personal.
that like
this isn't a political show.
No, I'm just saying though it's a wide net to like all of these artists that like shit just comes out and then you're like, great. Like if you stop listening to to music, to movies and everything of people who did horrible things afterwards. It's becomes a slippery slope.
Yeah,
so all I'm saying is that we're reviewing the album at the point in time, and we're just talking about the album. We're not talking about what he's doing.
Oh no, I was just kind of just trying to express more of like my fandom experience with him, where it's like I was super into him from like College Dropout to my Dark Twisted Fantasy, or like the Jay-Z and Kanye Watch the Throne. And then after that, it kind of like went off the rails a little bit. Like I don't really listen to I didn't like his other stuff as much. If he still made good music, even if he's a dickhead, I'd probably still listen to it. But I don't really like what he's been putting out. That's all. That's more what I was going for.
That's fair.
I would just say, I mean, again, we've already reviewed Kanye's other albums and stuff like that. So the experience with him is, I just put it as like he had like a decade in which anything Kanye coming out was like in the lane of like what I enjoyed listening to.
Yeah.
So
and this is right up in that alley where he's like in his prime, and
and I just like I absorbed kind of everything that was coming out. This one specifically, I know this was in the time of like burning CDs. So I know Jeremy had this entire album burned onto a CD, and then basically passed it down to me and was like, "Here."
It's a good brother, man. Good brother.
Well, for me,
baby.
I liked College Dropout more, and then I liked some from this, but I didn't really listen to this album per se until after I listened to Graduation, and I was really into Graduation and then College Dropout, and then I'm like, let me go back and revisit Late Registration, and I'm like, oh, this is actually pretty good. Not as good as those two, but like kind of like a good way of like bridging the gap between them, like the way it sounds. Like it's got some of the stuff from the first one, but it's not quite the same, and it's not quite on the level of Graduation where he went there, but it's kind of like in between. I don't know.
Okay.
Kind of like I compared it to, I had in my notes, granted I was high, but still I agree with what I said here.
Shocker.
Let's see.
Love you, brother. But
I was like, this album for Kanye to me is like season 2 of Stranger Things, where it's like it's maybe it's a little better than that, but like it kind of has it's closest to the first season of like the kids are like around the same age. It's saying it's like the feel of it. Whereas like when season 3 came, it was a little different, whereas more like bombastic and like they kind of went in different, like a more different direction. This kind of has more of the feel of the first album, the first season, if you will. It's not as good as the third season, which would be like Graduation, or the fourth season, which would be like Graduation. You know what I'm saying? But
that's a tough bar to put him against.
No, it's just like I had just a random thought where kind of like it has like a similar feel where you still feel like you're in.
I get you. I get what you're saying.
The atmosphere of season 1, somewhat like the characters and the town
and
setting.
Still hits, but it's not quite to
not
the
quite the
gravitas.
levels of it. Yeah, I don't know. That's what
I totally get where you're coming from.
I could also like equate it to like maybe like a movie that the sequel came out within like 3 years or so you still have like that feeling like, oh, maybe Rush Hour 1 and 2 had to be within 5 years maybe.
Yeah, Rush Hour 1 was 98, Rush Hour 2 is 2001.
Okay. So like I said, kind of like you're still in the mind, like
you're in the honeymoon phase of the original.
Sweet spot, the home run zone.
The home run zone.
Well, like, and also like
I love our group.
Well, they had something in my head to say. Fuck, hold on.
There you go. You lost it.
It'll come back to me. I don't know.
All right, good
circle
stuff.
Back.
Anyway,
well, come back to you. You're leading.
Yeah, you're actually leading us.
So
you want to walk
why
us
don't you
through
tell
when
us
it was,
what we're getting into?
Anyway, yeah, great album though. Overall, I like it. I was gonna say just give a little background on the album. I was gonna do.
Yep.
So it came out August 30th, 2005, which was a year after College Dropout.
I was in high school.
So we were all in high school. I would have been August 05. So I would have been sophomore. It doesn't mean like going into
I was a junior.
Going into junior year, you would have been a senior.
I'd be junior going into senior because I graduated 06.
Yeah. So
I was a freshman.
I'll just read the singles from this album are in this order: Diamonds from Sierra Leone, Gold Digger, Heard 'Em Say, Touch the Sky, and Drive Slow. And I just wrote some quick notes on the album. West production for this departed from the sped up soul samples of the College Dropout and trended more towards a more elaborate orchestral style. I don't know if you guys noticed on the album, a lot of more like violins and horns and things.
Yeah, there's definitely some different instrumental pieces.
I noticed that felt like a lot of quiet choirs and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I read you.
Yeah,
10-4, good buddy.
As far as like accolades,
Avril
Rolling.
Reese.
It was on Rolling Stone. This is from 2020. Rolling Stone's 500 greatest albums of all time, and it was 117. So take that for what you will. I just thought that was interesting things of note.
Sure.
So I'll just say that we'll start with the first track, which is the skit. So obviously we're not going to rate a skit because
skits don't count.
I will say though, I do like how the skit goes into Heard 'Em Say, like at the end of it.
It does bleed right into it.
Perfectly into that. So, do you guys anything else you want to say about the skit playing?
Yeah, so D. Ray Davis does the skits again. He did it on
in College Dropout.
Dropout.
Yeah.
Wake up, Mr. West.
These skits are without a doubt the how you should do a skit in an album. Short, sweet, to the point, comedic.
Yeah.
Also keeps a through line in that they are connected. They may not be connected to the exact album, like needs to go right in with the next song, even though I get what you're saying. It goes into the song, but it's not like connected throughout the entire album this goes with the theme or something.
I just like the transition when this song ends and it's like, wake up, Mr. West, Mr. West. And then the beat comes in, and Heard 'Em Say comes on. It just like seamlessly.
That's kind of like a style of like earlier generations, like 70s, 80s, where the albums actually, like, I'm thinking of Boston, where they had songs that literally bled into the next one. Yeah. So I totally get where you're coming from.
So let's go to the next one, Heard 'Em Say, which is obviously one of the, maybe the biggest song on the album, one of them at least, certainly. So I like how it starts off with one of the hits, even though it's like a softer one. This is one of my favorite Kanye songs in general, so it's a 5 for me. I put arguably the best song on the album. I love the collaboration with Adam Levine from Maroon 5. He does a great job with the vocals. I like how it's like kind of mixing the two genres of music. The soft piano beat mixed with the drum beat and the bass keyboard is great, and I love the lines like the Shy is like Tim Hardaway, and a couple good other lines. Just one I noted.
Oh yeah, there's a few good drop-ins like that.
But yeah, it's a 5 for me.
Yeah, 5-star banger. Chorus and the beat work well together. Lyrics are amazing. Kind of a odd thing. Features Adam Levine, so you get good singers. Song's gonna fucking sound amazing. So.
I think it really worked well, though. That's the thing. You could get some good singers, but if the tempo, the refrain, if the underlying beat just doesn't match what they could produce. But this one was chef's kiss, 5. Banger.
I love the lyrics, too. He's talking about.
I love the lyrics. I'm a lyric guy. This one is definitely.
We didn't get into it, but it's like he's talking about like his little cousin that used to grow up in the world and this stereotypes and these
and just dealing with a lot of the fallout that he maybe personally experienced and just his own story. So, yeah, totally agree.
All right. Next one is Touch the Sky, featuring Lupe Fiasco, who we've also done on the
We've done Lupe.
Another Chicago guy. Again, great sample for the beat from the classic 70s song. Up-tempo, the horns, the violin, and again, the drum, all blended well. I love like the 70s feel. I think Lupe is a fantastic feature. I think he kills his verse.
Yes.
Arguably the best part of the song, honestly. Like I love when he comes in, but he's the perfect combo with Kanye for this song, and it's very catchy. Again, I think one of Kanye's more popular songs in general, especially on this album, of course. But for his overall catalog, 5 for me.
Chiefs just traded out.
All right, shit. Traded out. Huh?
The 6th.
I'll say this: it doesn't quite hit banger for me. I like Lupe. This is like 4 1/4 for me. I really like. This is a song I'd love to throw on. You're driving it's good mood music.
It's a good like summer vibe. Kinda,
exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Sun shining.
You're rolling with your buddies, or you're out there at the park, or out there on the beach. You throw this on, you're gonna have a good time. Doesn't quite hit banger, but man,
Well, I mean,
the fun
if I was ranking it amongst his other fives, I might not have it as high as some of the other ones, but it's still I'm gonna recognize it as a 5.
Yeah.
But just for comparison's sake.
Sure.
No, like I said, I really enjoy this. It's just I have different 5s on this album, and this one doesn't quite hit, but I do like both artists. They do a great job.
Yeah, I would say 5-star banger. Gets people going.
It's provocative.
So it's a sampling. The 70s feel is sampling Mayfield's "Move On Up."
Yeah, Curtis Mayfield, exactly.
Curtis Mayfield.
Yes.
So that's where that feeling comes from.
Absolutely.
But I mean, again, I would honestly put Lupe in probably like my top 10. So him featuring on it.
Yeah, just two like all stars.
Is two absolute dogs of the rap generation.
And both like the same type of like Midwest, like conscious rap flow, kind of,
They both drive off each other.
I just would also say like this is the Lupe probably had his height kind of like at the similar times. Like it's maybe not the exact year for year, but I kind of put them at the same, like that's when I was listening to them as both same time.
Yeah, that's when I first heard of Lupe. I'm like, oh, who's this Lupe guy? And then like I think Kick Push came out like a year later or that same year.
So he had like pre-exposure.
So that was awesome. Yeah, just getting a little exposure to Lupe.
We love Lupe too.
You guys any more thoughts on Touch the Sky? Okay, I should go on.
No. Click it through.
All right, next one.
Chief's got the cornerback, Mansour.
By the way, Kanye, we haven't talked about it yet, but just front loaded the shit out of this album, which
hell yeah,
I kind of love. Like it's.
I wish he would have dropped a few in the back. But,
I was gonna say we'll talk about it, but like he does kind of. I had another funny comparison. I put like this album's kind of like Jim in American Pie or Richard in Van Wilder equals blowing its load early. Maybe not like the songs are still pretty good, like but like the really good ones, he definitely front loads a lot of it.
Sure. Woj is more the whole fucking flow of the whole album vibe.
So anyway, the Gold Digger's the next one.
Come on, I mean,
featuring Jamie Foxx, again one of Kanye's biggest songs. Amazing beat, catchy as fuck, very up tempo. You got the horns like a kazoo sound or something. It sounds like so many memorable lyrics in this song. Like pre-nub and all that shit that we all know.
She want prenup.
I think Jamie Feature's obviously a great feature because he played
Jamie
Ray,
Foxx.
which is what they're alluding to, and it's a Ray Charles sample, so it works very well because he played Ray in the movie.
What year did this come out?
05.
And
05.
Ray came out in
04.
04. Okay.
As I said, one of the best and most popular songs on the album, and again from Kanye's catalog in general. This is like a dance floor wedding, banger. People
jam,
play,
dude,
5
absolute
stars.
jam.
So for me,
fucking 5 banger. Gold Digger. I mean, you can pull it out of the pocket anytime. I'm gonna listen to it all the way through. I remember in high school, like this is just not repeat. I never got like. Never even like it didn't faze me over time. You know how certain songs kind of just like, all right, dude, I've heard enough, dude. Gold Digger, just what a fun beat. Like,
it's a great beat.
Yeah, so love it. 5s.
Yeah, it's definitely a 5. I would also just go that Jamie Foxx. I mean,
Jamie Foxx does a good job.
the features on
He's a
Kanye's
great singer.
album is nuts, but Jamie Foxx in particular is one of these guys that can like kind of do it all. Like when
He's a
popping
journeyman.
on, it's
He does it better now, so
it's like iconic. I would say like you remember this. She take my money.
Yeah, the music video, the lyric,
Yeah.
everything. Like
Everything's like kind of etched in your brain from this.
and like kind of like Bobby said, like we heard it so much, like you would think like
we'd be annoyed with
you
it.
get a little bit, but it's still so good. Like you can't even like be mad at it.
You can't knock it. No.
Yeah, like.
Okay.
Okay, so the next one's the skit, which is
Just past.
I'm not gonna rate it. Again, I put again great transition into the next song. Again, I like how it ends and kind of flows into Drive Slow. The Drive Slow is the next song, which is featuring Paul Wall and GLC.
I like Paul Wall.
I fucking love this song. This is one of my favorite songs on the album. I just like the way it's kind of like laid back beat with the like chill and the drum kit. Again,
Jerome Bettis
mixed
up
with
there.
the piano and the horns. I love the Kanye verse. How he's talking about like when they were him and his boys like, before growing up in the city and
Sure.
where they would go to Calumet or this, mentioning like Chicago places.
Sure. Yeah.
I like Paul Wall in it. I think it's a different feature for Kanye. Like at this time, it makes sense because Paul Wall is kind of coming.
He was kind of coming
on
up
the
with
rise
Mike
or whatever.
Jones.
and
Mike
I like
Jones.
Paul Wall, so
Mike
I'm fine with it. Like he's not my favorite, but I think he works well in this song.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the singing at the end of the song, the vocal like harmonization. and then kind of also works when it goes in like a little chop and screw thing. Bobby, you have experienced that, but like I like it just for the end. It's very quick. It's not the whole part. It's just like I don't know if it's because Paul Wall's in the song and he decided to do that at the end, but I enjoyed it. Again, I don't know if you guys will have it. It's a 5 for me. Like this album.
Wow. All right.
Starts off for me all 5s. Was it 1, 2, 3,
You're generous,
4?
man. All right.
I love this song. I mean, I think it's great.
Yeah, I would go 3.5. I think Paul Wall and GLC solid features. Each kind of has a little bit of their verse is like I pick out like certain moments of it where I'm like, okay, I'm liking that part. I think the like more of the thing that shines through, obviously, with Kanye's music is the beats, but in general, this one was like just disgusting, like in a good way. From the drums, it had like this dragging across the cymbal, and then the snare pitched way down. Then there was like a little sax in there, and then the chopped and screwed thing you were talking about, like the tempo changed to like slow mo at the end. Then
I like it. Yeah,
I fucking dug it so much.
Yeah,
but again, I still only had 3.5 just because I think this is a comparison problem. I think the album overall, there's a lot of songs out there that I'm a little bit more favored to, so this one kind of falls a little bit for me.
I like the change of pace. I think it's a good song. I give it a 4, a little bit more than Woj. It's not a banger, but like I said, it definitely gets you in a different mindset, a different mood, and I think it's a good collab. But like you said, you're throwing a lot of gems in there, and this one is still a decent song. It's an emerald, but you're not going to throw it around diamonds and call it a diamond, I guess.
I think it's a gem. I love it. I love driving around to this song. The beat is awesome.
That's what I'm saying. I guess the mindset could change it, but
it's more of like kind of similar to the first album, Kanye, I feel like, which I love. It's like the more traditional hip-hop beat, probably one of the more ones on this album.
I can see that. It's a 4 for me. Like I said, I'm not against it.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on with this album that, like, you know, I guess maybe that's what's flexing my numbers a little bit.
Even though the chorus is simple with Drive Slow, I think it just works well.
I like the storyline of this, too.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like taking you on a journey a little bit.
I could appreciate that, and that's, like I said, lyrics are just a 4 for me, though.
But yeah, that's okay. So next one is My Way Home, performed by Common. This is like a very quick,
short song.
It's only a minute 43. It's almost like an interlude kind of thing.
Yeah.
I have it as a 3.
Right. That sounds about right.
I put Common's great on it. Like his lyrics are awesome and his flow, but the beat is just okay. Could be better, but it's not bad. I don't know. I like it. I don't love it. Like it's like there's not enough to it to really give it a higher ranking, but it's not like bad where I don't hate listening to it, and it's not too long, so I don't have to skip it necessarily. But also like it's not like I revisit this song where I'm like, oh, I got to listen to My Way Home, or whatever.
Right.
But I do like Common that he's on it and he's good, so I gave it a 3.
Yeah, I mean, I'm into 3.5. Common's verse is just all right. I mean, Common is great, and he has a lot of these like spoken word things that he does on like a bunch of different
styles going to
albums and things like that. And I very much enjoy that he can be kind of like a soulful kind of guy like that, and it really resonates. This one to me, like, I don't know if the beat just didn't like line up with what Common, like I view Common as, and like his like lane of what really is fucking dope. But I just kind of like, I'm like, it's a 3.5, but it could kind of trend lower in my mind. It's like,
I'm kind of surprised you have that as a 3.5, the same as you had Drive Slow, but you seem like you like Drive Slow more. So I just
you're right, dude. I think you're a little bit
you should either bump one up
inconsistent.
or one down. I don't know.
I'll bump down My Way Home to 3.
Okay,
there you go.
You know what I mean? Like, because you
yeah.
had the same rating for both, but you seemed like you had more enthusiasm for Drive Slow, but yet you gave him the same.
Drive Slow also just has a
rate.
whole lot going on in it. There's so many different things to
The complexity of it
comment
just scares
on.
you. I get it.
Whereas
I just
a minute
seem-
42 spoken word kind of dealio.
I echo what you were saying. I think that it just it's a track, right? But it's not like a complete track, and there's some glimpses. It's a 3 or a 2.5, 3. Like if they didn't have this on the album, I'd be okay.
Yeah,
it's not quite a skip, but
you're
it's
not
like
you're not like missing a lot of it. You're like it's good to have it, but also it's like it could be more. And better.
right, right. You could have definitely kind of fine tuned this thing. All right, moving on.
All right, next one is Crack Music featuring The Game. I love the Game on the chorus. You know, we did the Game album.
Yeah,
Game's
we did.
got a great, unique voice. I think. Like very.
He does.
I wish he had a verse on it. I was a negative on this I had of this song. I wish he got a little like one verse to go. You know, he just does the chorus, which
He doesn't have any bars.
is great. But I wish he had some bars. I love this beat, having the choir and the drum kit with the bass.
I did too. I enjoyed it.
The chorus isn't great. It's not like a lot to
lacking.
say. It's lacking, but the verses in between are good. So I don't know. This is the one that, I love. Also the violins at the end when it slows down.
It does. That's cool.
So this one, I had a hard time ranking it. I had either 4.25 or 4.5, depending on my mood. Like I don't know. I think it's
a high run.
I think
for
like
that
the
one,
beat.
right?
Well, I like it a lot. The beat like is so good, and Kanye's great on it. It's just, but the chorus isn't much to it, and there's no verse from the Game. So I have it as 4.25, but I could see myself going higher, like 4.5 maybe. But I put 4.25 for me.
Yeah, man, I'm the opposite way. It's a 2.
Oh my God, you're terrible. My choice last week. You're calling this a 2, and you have the
Ben Folds,
common one is a 3.
So it's a 2.
Let's continue.
Yeah, I would like to explain why.
You're giving me shit.
Yeah.
I'm giving it back to you.
Never said anything.
On the Ben Folds pod,
I've only
you're
said
100%.
I've only said positive
You were
things.
sticking
You
it to me.
absolutely.
I've only
stuck
said
it.
positive things to you
Yeah.
in entire life.
You gave Rock in the Suburbs a 4.25. That's ridiculous. It's only
Hey,
0.75 away from a perfect score.
Hold on, I'm glad you mentioned this. Guess who's coming to Chicago?
I don't know.
Ben Folds in
Santa
June.
Claus?
Apparently the favorite band of yours is coming in this summer. So why don't you and Chrissy go grab some tickets and you could cry about it, you know? Because all of his songs are like, "Baby, I need you and you went away."
All right, let's let Woj get his thoughts up. So.
Yeah, I would like to go and give my explanation.
Okay, I'm sorry
of it
that you're
too.
like one of your favorite bands is coming through. My bad for telling you about it. My bad.
Thank you.
MB.
It's
fucking good.
Yeah, I understood the lyrics. Like they weren't
Dude,
too
it's
complicated to understand, but like didn't really resonate with me. Like a lot of like drug references of like chop it and sell it and all that stuff, and I was like, okay, like I get what you're going for, but it just to me it missed the mark on the lyrics for me personally. But then I did mention that the Game not having a verse is like,
Why?
what are you doing? You have the
We can
talent
agree
here.
on that, yeah.
You have the talent here, but then you're not letting him fucking go. And then to me, the beat of like the trumpet, the weird distortion, the strings at the end, and then this is the thing that really kills it for me is that some artists I feel like can do like a preaching or like a gospel type sermon thing at the like end of a track, and I feel like it really like comes through and it's great. I don't. Kanye
You're not buying what they're
doesn't
selling.
do it for me there.
Well, you did a song called Jesus Walks. So.
Yeah, no big.
Right, but what I'm saying though is that,
Gosh,
and he also
I love that song. Too.
maybe it's more of a comment on Kanye and the,
I'm not-
blasphemy that he is called himself Jesus and goes down that whole path. I'm not trying to get into a holy war
let's
here.
not.
I'm not
That's
saying
fine.
that the gospel
But-
part's my favorite part, but he's done many different gospel
Sure,
things on different things before this and
right.
after.
I'm just saying in all of those,
In
not
my
my
view.
favorite. The one thing I did have not related to my rating here though is that he's mentioning something about like George Bush.
Most of the time it's 2005. You got to remember he recorded in 04. So this is
But what I'm saying though is that that's around the time that he
That
says
was
George
the
Bush
Katrina thing, yeah.
doesn't like black people.
probably also
Yeah.
the Iraq War is going on.
There's
the
Hurricane
Afghanistan
Katrina and all that
War,
other shit. Yeah.
9/11.
Right, but I'm referencing the he was on live like during the Hurricane
Yeah, the
Katrina
Mike
relief.
Myers. I remember that.
Yeah.
That would have been after the recording of
Okay.
this.
That's what I was
But he
trying
was
to figure out exactly when it was. But
Yeah.
if it's after, it's just more of a comment on his administration, not specifically calling out George Bush after that. That's just my notes there. All right, go ahead.
I gave this one a 3.5. Like you said, Game not having his own bars, kind of. But like I said, I enjoyed the beat. I enjoyed the like it came in kind of fucking hot, and I liked that. I was like, all right, here we go, So like I said, it kept my attention. I just thought that there was just there's something missing. That's why I couldn't give it over a 4.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's an enjoyable thing. I'm not going to skip it. I'm not going to throw it a 2. But
Yeah. To me, my favorite thing, the beat is the strong part of this song for me, and like I guess
the beat's there. It's just
when
it's lacking.
When I'm
others.
driving around or listening to music, this is a great one. I love listening to it. And
I'd like to working out. This would be a great song to listen to, but like I said, it seems like it's just missing a few different pieces that could bring it up to a 4 or above for me. That's all. Like I said, it's tough to kind of gauge this one because it's a good album, so it's like I kind of picture it. It's like how's it doing against his other respective tracks in this album, maybe him as an artist. So like I kind of go along with how your criteria a bit.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah.
Number 9 is Roses.
Okay.
This one's okay.
This good.
I like the personal lyrics, especially in the beginning about his grandma.
I could appreciate
and the line about if she was in the NBA, she'd get the care she needed because of Magic Johnson, and referencing that stuff. I like the line about we'll have an auntie team or whatever, auntie team.
Right, yeah.
That was a good line. I like the beat, but I don't love it. It's a little slower song on the album. And I put kind of how I actually didn't read it in my lessons, but like the last song and this one, the end of the song kind of just patters out and it kind of doesn't finish strong. So like Kanye just stops talking and then stuff, it just kind of just gradually ends. So I have it as 3 1/4. I can maybe go to like 3. I don't know. It's tricky. It's not great. I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's kind of like mid for me.
I'll just say skip for me. Not that.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely have skipped this one. It's just like
this is like if you had the album minus this, it's still a good album. That's why I'm saying this one. I'm literally I could blow by.
It's definitely one of the worser ones on the album. I definitely think so for sure.
There it is. Woj, we got.
Yeah, I got 2.5. I enjoy the chorus and like the gospel feel, and they have like these like certain elements where like you kind of feel like people are just kind of like riffing, and like you have like somebody come in with a nice little fill, and then you have somebody else, and then you go back to the chorus. Like I enjoy that part and the narration.
You like the structure of it.
The exposition of like the lyrics of like obviously talking about his grandmother's death and all that, but overall it is just kind of an to me, but I can at least appreciate that it definitely is a switch up. It is not like the other songs.
True.
A harder beat and somebody in a feature rapping over it. So I do enjoy the switch up of not just being like, hey, here's the same 20 songs and we'll call it a day. So this guy's really crying right here.
Yeah, well, his life's changing right here.
So number 10 is Bring Me Down featuring Brandy. I like this one more than the last one. I don't think it's as good as some of the other ones, but I think it's decent. Like I like her on the feature with the singing. I think she's pretty good, and I like the beat for the most part. But again, it's not my favorite. I like the piano again. But for me, it's like a 3.5. Like it's not quite there, but I think it's overall it's decent. It's got some good parts of it. Still uneven, I guess. I don't know.
Good. I enjoy Brandy as the feature.
Right. Thank you.
Good,
exactly
yeah.
that.
I think she was great. And the rest of the song is blah, and then there's barely a verse from Kanye. I have a little bit of an issue like with this one and the Common song is that like it's Kanye's album. So I would like to hear Kanye, the artist, on the songs in some capacity, unless.
Well, he's rapping on this one.
No, I know that he is, but I said
this
barely.
track specific.
I said barely it is. But I'm saying in the Common one, like it's just if it's your album, I would like you to be not necessarily always prominently featured, but like give me something. Like I obviously haven't done my homework on this one, but like if there's maybe something where like he specifically produced like this track for whatever or did something different with it, that'd be like a cool switch up. But I'm just saying as opposed to the other songs that are like Kanye, a feature back and forth, and then
he could use one more verse on it.
I mean,
he does the first. Well, I'm looking at it right now on my phone. It's only a 3 minute and 19 minute song, and he basically does it for the first 2 minutes, and then obviously there's the build up before he raps. So let's say a minute and a half of rapping, and then that's it. So I can see what you're saying, where it's like, give me one more verse, maybe make the song like 5 minutes long,
right?
And then because Brandy's very good. Like I agree. I think we all agree on that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't really listen to Brandy, but
She's talented.
She's good. Yeah. So,
this is a 3 for me. Like I said, Brandy's contribution is there. It's a decent. I was thinking about this, and I'm not sure how your thoughts are. If they broke this album up into 2 separate albums and maybe add a track or 2 to each album, I think you could get away with it.
I think what we kind of talked about a little bit earlier is it's so front loaded. You need to like break it up a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. If you created 2 albums like Late Registration 1 and Late Registration 2, or basically making it to Class or something,
instead of going Heard 'Em Say, Touch the Sky, Gold Digger, Drive Slow, maybe mix in the Brandy one, the Common one in between those a couple.
I think that there's enough here where if you wanted to, sorry, that was kind of my own take, is like if he broke this up into 2 separate albums that were around 45 minutes each, ballpark, you'd buy both of them. I guarantee it, especially at this time, and have like maybe a release date that's like 3 to 6 months from the first one. I'm just saying, I thought there might have been a possibility for that, but decent song 3, but moving on.
All right, next one is 11. It's Addiction.
Addiction is different.
Yeah, this is a different song. It's hard to describe. Like,
it really is.
The beat is weird, but
it's an Afro beat.
Somehow it's catchy, but it's not like necessarily. I don't like love it, but I don't know. Like
it's hard to put your hands around.
Again, I'm in the 3 range. I had it like a 3 or a 3 1/4 somewhere in there. Mm-hmm. It's like the chorus is kind of catchy, but or at least parts of it. But then the rest of it, I don't really like the one part of the beat that's kind of also part of the chorus. The guy's like, "You make me smile." I don't really like that part so much. I don't know. It's okay.
I just, like I said, I wouldn't understand the context of that, because this is kind of talking about, different types of struggles. Like, I'm sorry, I never went through that, so I guess I can't personally connect to it, but I like the fact that he kind of went out of his comfort zone. It's still for me, like a 3 1/4. I'd put it maybe, but I'm glad, like what was you saying? It's not like, no offense, I hate that I throw this up, but Korn, where every song like Korn sounds like Korn all the way, throughout the album. So this,
he's going for some different stuff,
right? So I could respect that.
Yeah, the
Korn.
The Afrobeat was the highlight of the song, which again, in majority of Kanye songs, the beat.
Yeah, it should be the best part, but one of the best parts.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but like when he started off and kind of throughout the song, he's doing like an intentional like rapping just off the beat, where it's not perfectly on, and then like at a certain point midway through or even towards the end, he then kind of solidifies and he is on it. It just was annoying as fuck to me. Like, for a guy who's such, like,
I understand
a very smart artist and can do whatever he fucking wants. Like, again, I believe it was intentional that he's trying to do a little bit different. But to me, I'm like, music is a lot of times about rhythm and, I mean, not a lot of times, but, like, it's about rhythm, but it's also about, like, you need to make the thing sound good to other people, like, and I feel like doing something intentionally to be a little bit off, I don't know about anybody else, but like it just pisses me off like a little bit. I'm like, just end the word here and you're good, like, and then you just like let it drag over a little bit and like, okay, and then he did it like the whole first half of the song, and I'm like, god damn, man, like, just kind of at the end of it I was like, is this over? Can we? It wasn't a skip, but it was just like...
It's on the border.
It just was
I
like,
get you.
all right, I'm done with this song.
It goes on a little bit.
Damn.
Is that the one that was 9 minutes? Or no?
No.
No.
That one's coming up. There's one that was like 8 or 9 minutes.
Well, one has a hidden track at the end. It's the last song that has a...
Oh, is that the one? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what
Well, We Made Your Hunt is a 7.5 minute.
Oh, maybe that's what you think. Okay, that's
sorry.
a couple from now.
That one's coming up, yeah.
So next is the skit, which is we just...
It's perfect skits.
Yeah, we broke, flat
Perfect
broke, broke, we ain't got it.
Right, no, I get it.
Well, it's I mean, you got to explain that it's at least like, it is a...
What's going, because he's...
parody of a fraternity that is, their whole thing is that they're broke.
Yeah.
And so, like, it's just about like, we ain't got it, got no money, got no car, got no shoes.
Well, it's kind of, again, like it goes with the skits that Deary Davis in the first album where,
You're right.
He's like talking about like, oh, you got your degree, you're going to be able to provide for your family with that piece of paper instead of, he's kind of like So I don't know. It's kind of on brand with what he was going for from the last album of that time.
At least there's consistency with the skits. I can get that.
So the next one is Diamonds from Sierra Leone, the remix featuring Jay-Z. This is, well, I think the original one, it's at the end of the album, is the single, but this is basically this.
Well, let's talk about that
Can we
part
talk
real
about
quick.
both?
We talk about both right. We talk about both right now.
What the fuck is
Yeah.
wrong with you in that you record like you in
You have a
order
remix and an original.
in the first of all on the same album.
Yeah.
Remix
But then
comes
on
first.
top of it, the remix comes first.
Well, that's the thing is like on the same album makes sense because people have done that, but usually the original is first and the remix is at the
Comes
end.
at
It's a
the- as a
bonus
bonus
track.
track, yeah.
Right. So they should flip. Although I would say I like this one more because Jay-Z's on it. So in that sense,
okay, hold on.
that-
If you like the original over the Jay-Z remix,
Yeah.
you're crazy.
Okay, I'm just saying. Like,
You're absolutely
I don't know if
insane.
that's what he
This-
was thinking because that one's
This
better or
is
something.
I'm with
the
Whoa,
best
John.
one,
Yeah.
hands down. And I saw a bunch of comments because I watched them a couple of these on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
and this guy was like, "Man, Jay-Z is good, but something about the original." I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here!"
No, the
dude.
Jay-Z
Like,
one's way better. Yeah.
a million times better.
So I think it's a great beat. It's very catchy and it's up tempo. I know this is obviously like for the album. It was a single, so it's like essentially you think it's a 5. I had it as a 4.5, maybe like
I'm with you on that.
4 3/4. I don't know. This is not one that I go back to a lot. However, when I do hear it, I understand why it was one of the singles, and I'm surprised it was the first single.
Right,
But
that's fair.
I think it would have been more like the 5th single or something. But I think it's good. Pretty good. The beat's very good, and like the Jay-Z feature's awesome.
Yep.
But I think we can all agree having the two
And especially in the
and,
timing.
and the order they have them in doesn't make sense with the remix being first. But I had a 4.5 on it.
I'm fine with that.
yeah, this is a 5-star banger for me.
Yeah,
and
I
through.
wouldn't argue that either.
Through
Like,
and through.
originally I had it as 5, but then I'm like, well, I don't really go back to it a lot, and I do like other ones more. But it's like I don't know.
I'll be between banger and a 4.5.
I'm conflicted on it. Yeah, like it's like a.
I'm just saying my meter's moving on that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
All right, next one's We Major, featuring Nas and Really Dough. I love this one. This is I love the like again more of like classic. Seems like he's sampling like a 70s type of beat or something. Like it's got the horns. I love Nas. Nas is one of the all-time great rappers. So having a feature with Kanye is great. Another song's a little long. Obviously, as Bobby stated, it's like 7 whatever.
7 minutes 40.
But and then also this song was in 2K basketball. If you guys play that, so it reminds me of that, which is a positive. Yeah, I could have this as I had it as 4.25, but I could go as high as 4.5. Honestly, like I like this one. It's going for me. I frequently when I listen to this album, this is one of the ones I enjoy more.
Sure. I would put it at a 3.5. I think it's about 3 minutes too long. There's a couple of points at this one where I believe this is the one where Kanye at like I don't know, like the 5-minute mark is like, "Yo, he says something in the variety of like, "Yo, let's run that back," and then goes back into it at like a little bit of a different tempo. I did put it as like a wild roller coaster of a song.
Yes.
Where you have like a lovely chorus and a refrain. I don't know why, but again, like people like glom onto lyrics of like something that just sticks in their head, and this one is like, "I'll take a sip of that yak, I wanna fuck." I wanna
I'm gonna nut.
So, am I the only one who thought that if they wanted to, like, kind of how they brought in this whole album itself, where like one track leads to the other? Why didn't you just fucking do the same thing here? Why didn't you just take the song, cut it at some point, and call it the next track? Leading right into it, because like you said, hey, let's run that back. Boom, next track. Like I don't know. I just thought that it's 3.5 for me, or 3 3/4, somewhere around there. But I was just like, to this point, it's way too long. And if you would have broken up into 2 separate tracks with 2 different identities, it would be. I think it'd have more impactful. I don't know. That's just me.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess goes on. Like I said, the road said 3 minutes, a little too long.
Yep.
Kane's a skit number 3.
Again, perfect yet again. Moving on.
Years ago, broke slaves. Years ago, D. Ray Davis is doing his thing.
Hey Mama, yep.
Yeah, the next one's Hey Mama. I'll just so I don't know what you guys are gonna give this. I'm just getting a little personal here. This
There we
song
go.
is I don't know, kind of important to me.
Sure.
I didn't really. My mom passed away, so it was just like I heard it after, and I was just like, oh man, I really, I don't know about musically and whatever, but I really enjoy it, and I think it's catchy too as well. But it's a 5 for me. I don't know if it'll be a 5 for you guys, but I frequently just for the personal
Yeah, no, I get you.
thing of it after losing, my mom, and just like I like the way he's talking about. He lost his mom, even though this is before that, but still, I don't know. I guess it just that's why it would mean more.
No,
to me,
I
so.
understand that.
Sure. Yeah, man. It's to me, it's absolutely a 5-star.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, fucking banger. I love this one.
Yeah.
I think the track that follows fucking ruins it. But
I mean, I think anybody in general, like it. I think you can get emotional, like thinking about all the stuff that he says, and I think there's also a part where if you were having any amount of like knowledge about like Kanye, and like he's very close with his mother, and then his mother passed away as well, and like obviously like he set
Fucked him up big time.
well, like she obviously like provided for him and did all this stuff, and then when he made it big, he obviously took care of her and stuff like that. So it is like a love letter to his mom. But again, just anybody's who has a mother is like, I think it kind of gets you to go like, yeah, man, this is and I mean, again, I think most Kanye songs, like you were talking about, like you could probably listen to it just cruising around, like having a bunch of fun or whatever. This one is kind of like not something I feel like you'd play in like a party or something like that.
This is more personal.
Yeah, you kind of play it by yourself, or
Like,
like, hey, I'm doing something.
I don't know. Yeah, like really hits you in the feels. I guess I don't know, as they would say.
Definitely.
No, I guys, you did a great job. This one is a love letter, and I'm a huge mama's boy. I get it. Like I said, I think that the lyrics, the beat, everything about it's a connection, man. That's what I think this track is trying to really connect to those who have a mother, may have lost a mother. So I get it. But not this next one. This one following up. Sorry, you're gonna get some bad reviews here.
Celebration is the next one. Yeah, it's a slower one. I think the beat's decent, but it's not my favorite. I have it as like I had 3 1/4. I could go 3. It's especially like you said, kind of following up the previous.
It's tough. I know. I get it, but
I don't know. It's not quite all there. I don't know what else. Like hard to like. It's just missing. I think it's a little too slow paced. And not a lot to say, I guess. And again, you can forget, especially following up the other one, it misses the mark.
Yeah, I put 3.5. I like the hook.
hook's decent,
but the distortion at the end is like just something. Again, anybody who watches this knows I'm not a big fan of distortion unless your name is Tom Morello in Rage. But
nice.
I kind of think like this should have been the finale, if I'm being honest. Is that like if you're front loading as he did, then you kind of gradually then kind of like whimper off to go, hey, now we're closing it soft. Like obviously if you can build an album, in my mind, to go hot at the start, hit a peak at the middle, and then taper off, but still like kind of maybe almost plateauing to the end. That's what I would prefer.
Yeah.
But a lot of people miss the mark on trying to.
They could have had it at the end, and then like we talked about the bonus tracks, like
Sure,
the Sierra Leone kicks in, and that's like up, and then kind of like brings you back a little bit, and I don't know, but yeah, it's. Bobby,
I mean, dude,
you're gonna go low, Bobby.
I was gonna go like 2.5 or
It's
Skip.
okay.
Yeah, like I said,
Skip can be
I'll say not quite
a 2.5, or a Skip.
Sorry.
A two or two is a Skip. It can be.
Like I said, I think this is closer to a 2 than a 2.5. But like I said, I won't revisit this much. If it's on the album, great. But I'm sorry, I'm gonna skip right.
You can give it like an okay grade and still want to skip it. It's
right.
like,
That's all right. That's kind of where I'm feeling like. I get what elements are in this track. I won't personally go back to it all that much.
You can appreciate elements
exactly.
of it and
That's
production.
What I'm saying.
And
like around 2.5, depending, like flex, but I'm saying closer to the 2. And you know what? If I have to press forward to the next one, I'm going to do it. There it is.
Okay, and then it's the
Hate.
skit number 4, which
Skits were all right in this.
So
I like
this one was just the one that was a little too long.
This is like the worst skit, I think,
minute
for sure.
Minute and a half.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you got to keep it to under a minute and you'll be good.
It's another track over here. Gone's a bigger, longer song,
and
too.
then Gone is the following track, which is featuring Consequence and Cameron.
Mm-hmm.
I actually like this one. I like the drum beat. It's very catchy with the piano kind of like, ding, ding, ding. I don't know. And then I like Cameron. He's good enough. I'm sorry, hearing it in my head right now.
Yeah.
Cameron is the shit, man.
I was
Hey,
like,
right?
okay, well, I'm underselling him.
Hey,
I like
Ma,
him.
what's up?
Oh, I like
That's
Cameron, but I'm not gonna, like, I don't know how many people like, and I think
I enjoy it.
I think the Consequence guy is the guy singing, I believe. So I gave it a 4. I think it's pretty good. I enjoy it.
I thought it was more of a forgettable song, so I gave it a 2.5, and I thought Kanye's verse on it was just all right, that's gonna bring my score down. If you're
Russian judge over here.
if Kanye's verse is not great, then I'm not gonna be giving it a super high score.
Guy's got multiple 2s on here.
And I put this one at
There's a lot of misses on this album. For as good as it's the highest of the highs and some of the lowest of the lows, dude.
Yeah,
this one's decent. I get it like 3 3/4. I thought it was a good track. Honestly, if they ended on this, I'd been fine with it.
yeah.
But I mean, we got one more to go.
So then we already talked about the next one is Diamonds from Sierra Leone, the original,
dumb
but somehow it's
placement,
the bonus, which I don't really understand.
And then we got Lake.
And then if on the album, it'll bleed into the hidden track, which is called "I'm Late" or "Late."
Yep.
On Spotify, it just says its own track. I actually like "Late." I don't know. I had it pretty high.
You listen to this one?
I did. I was listening to it kind of as I was packing up stuff, so I
distracted a little bit.
I didn't have a whole lot of notes on it, so I'll at least be truthful in that, like, I wasn't giving it the full.
Yeah.
In my mind, I don't really. I'll be honest. I don't really know how to kind of receive bonus tracks. Bonus tracks for me have been a real mixed bag, where I almost like can't really pick out a bonus track where I've been like, that's a great song. This should have been on the album. A lot of the bonus tracks for me, I mean, maybe you guys have an example of one that's like, oh, this was clearly an awesome bonus track, should have been on the album. But a lot of the bonus tracks for me in most albums, they end up being like, almost like just put this on another album. Like, it doesn't need to be a bonus. There's no rhyme or reason to add another track to it. Like, this one is 21 tracks, but like 16 songs or something like that. Yeah. 17 songs or whatever. I'm like, I think it got it good. We don't need. If I'm being honest, I don't need another song if you're already 17 songs deep. But that's just my view.
I like this song a lot. I think it's one of the better
track.
ones on the album. Actually, I like
okay.
I like the sample with the pitched up voice and the beat, and I like how Kanye's kind of just going in on it. It kind of feels more like College Dropout to me, which again I love College Dropout, so I have it. Barely. I don't think the chorus is great though, or it kind of slows down.
The chorus is a miss,
like,
but
ha 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 ha, that part.
Yeah.
But the parts where he's rapping and the beat kicks back into the beat that's most of the song.
Right. That's why I gave it a 3.5 because I think that there's better. That there's good elements to this. There's more good elements than there are like questionable elements.
I gave it 4.25. I like it a lot.
All right, for me, 3.5.
I think it's good. I think it's back to his roots more.
I get you where you're coming from on that.
I don't know.
There it is.
That's the
easy,
album.
baby. We did all 3 of his.
Woj
now.
hated it.
Yeah. Woj collectively. No, he
Say I
threw out a lot of
hated it.
5s. Come on. He has his own taste, man. We all have different
I think he
flows.
threw out more 2s and 5s. I don't know. I'm just fucking.
No,
You're
I
still
threw
hating
out
on last week, and that's
more.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's okay.
you still hate. All right. Am I up next? Is that me for the next track? Or
I believe so.
Yeah, you're back to you.
all right, I'm going with. You know what? I'm doing it. Avril Lavigne, "Let Go," 2002.
What
there it is.
the hell? All right.
We all like Avril Lavigne. Fuck you guys if you say you don't.
I like some of her songs. I haven't listened to her albums.
You're
but,
gonna enjoy it.
Yeah.
So we're doing something different.
That's
Avril
fine.
Lavigne.
What's
We're
the
going with
album called?
"Let Go," 2002.
It's the album with Skater Boy.
Yeah,
And,
that's exactly it.
Complicated.
I believe so. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, we'll check it out for the next one. Let's
There it is. I threw a curveball, but I like it.
let's put a pin in the first part of the episode.
Part 1.
And then we'll get into Saving Silverman.
Love it.
Movie review coming up. The Journeymen Lounge podcast. Coming right back.